Hi, my name is Cory Miller, and I'm a worship leader at Harvest. And in a moment, you're going to meet my daughter, Mylie Miller, who's a worship leader in training at Harvest. And I've been a worship leader for about 15 years, and my story for you today is pretty quick and simple. I was a worshiper first, before I was ever a worship leader. I remember when I was in college and we started attending a Vineyard Church, which I had never heard of. Like, what's a Vineyard Church? Do they serve wine there? I had no idea. But when we would attend this church, they would sing these simple and strong songs to God. And I found myself encountering Him in a way that I had never experienced God before. And I believe that when we sing something, we know it more. And when I really started to grow in my faith, to understand who God was, then I started to sing these new and simple songs to God myself. And I found myself believing in a deeper and a more profound way. I remember in college, I would head into these practice rooms. We're in the music hall, and I wasn't a music major, and I really didn't even belong there. I sang in a choir, so they'd let me come into these bare music rooms where all there would be was a piano, an upright piano, kind of like this one right here behind me. And I would sit there and I'd find myself drawn to these rooms when I was experiencing seasons of stress or anxiety, or I was overwhelmed, or I was sad, or I was even happy. I would be drawn to these music rooms where I would sit at this piano and I would just sing these simple songs to the Lord. And I would experience His presence and His love for me, and I would know Him more. Well, then you fast forward to when we planted the church, and I had this piano that's behind me, and when I was stressed or I was overwhelmed or my soul was missing God, have you ever had that feeling where you just miss God? And I would sit down at my piano and I would sing, because when we sing, we know things more. And I would sing and I would know that God is good and He is for me, and that we can keep moving one step forward at a time. Well, accelerate a little bit more in life, and we started to have some kids. And our kids would hear me sit at the piano and play and sing. And I remember my daughter Mylie sitting on the piano bench with me, and she'd just watch, and she'd be with me. And isn't that how we're training our kids? Just watch, be with us, let's do this thing together. And as our church grew, our worship leader, who had moved to be part of us and we planted the church, moved away, she got married, and it led to a vacant spot for worship leading. And I know, well, you know how sometimes God invites you into something new because there's a gap or there's a vacancy in something, and you think, well, I could help. So I said, well, I've been doing this thing at home for a long time at my piano, I can help. So I jumped in and started to lead. And I had never led worship before. I was just this girl, this gal who liked to sing in practice rooms by myself, or sit at my piano in my living room with my daughter on the bench, and no one ever saw or heard me. I never had parts in school musicals. I never worked through stage fright. I had never led a band and communicated with a bass player about when to come in and when to not. And I knew, though, that it was important for our church to sing. And so I said, oh, if there's a need, I can help. And so I jumped in. And it was like God kind of came in the side door, right? How He does that sometimes in our lives. He came in the side door. He caught me off guard with this invitation that He knew I was going to move into and love. And eventually, I was on stage leading. And in the beginning, I started to sing a lot of songs about the confidence that we have in God, because I needed to sing songs about that so I would know it more. Well, Mylie had started playing piano and then guitar and mandolin and then these weird auxiliary instruments like the accordion. And Josh and I just started to jump into her interests with 2 feet. We just started to clap for that, applaud for her. You want to try the banjo? Awesome. Let's see if we can find one and YouTube some stuff. And we just started to help her move forward in this. And that's what we do as parents, right? We try to fan the flames of whatever's going on, whatever's burning in the lives of our kids. And instead of sharing that piano bench with me like she did when she was 5, I invited her to share the stage with me on youth nights, because I lead our youth worship band. And then eventually she's started to share the stage with me on Sunday mornings during our regular worship services. And I've seen this cultivated in the lives of our students. It's my desire that our youth would be worshipers first. I want our young people to be content meeting God in practice rooms, even if they never, ever sing songs in a microphone in front of anybody else. And they are. If you want to experience some joy, some life, like some lift in life sometime, you should come hang out with us on a Wednesday night. Let our youth band lead you in worship. It's awesome. The future of the Big C Church is in such good hands. They're worshipers. It's beautiful. We're going to sing a song called Graves into Gardens, and I'm going to have Mylie lead us in this song. And this is a typical Wednesday night around our house. I'm at the keys or at the piano. Mylie's playing the guitar. Sometimes we switch. Maybe another one of our kids grabs a pot, another one grabs a pan, somebody grabs their flute. We all sit and we sing, and we make a joyful noise together. And as a family, as we sing truths about the mercy and the love of God, we know Him more. And in this song, the chorus repeats, "Oh, there's nothing better than you. There's nothing better than Jesus. Everything else in life is this distant second place." The lyrics also say, "You're the God of the mountain and the God of the valley." And I really can't think of a better thing to sing and to know even more in a pandemic, when everything requires endless adjustments, to sing these words. This is a valley that we're in. It's a long night. But I believe that God is and will continue to sustain us. His grace finds us, and He will lead all of us, each of us through. And we're going to sing this song together, and we're going to know Him more.
I searched the world, but it couldn't fill me. Praise, treasures that fade are never enough. Then you came along and put me back together. Now every desire is now satisfied. You see all, and you still call me friend. Oh, 'cause the God of the mountain is the God of the valley, and there's not a place Your mercy and grace won't find me again. There's nothing, no, better than you. Oh, there's nothing, oh, better than you. Oh, there's nothing, nothing is better than you. There's nothing. You turn mourning to dancing. Only one who can. You turn mourning to dancing. You give beauty for ashes. You turn shame into glory.